CHistrue here, and it's been a little while, and to be honest with you, I don't know when the next video is coming. So, and to be really honest with you, I don't know with some of the videos how long I'm going to keep them up. That's another thing. So I might make some of them private for the time being at least. So go and enjoy what's up there while it's there. I've done videos on a lot of subjects. I think the math and the science ones I plan on probably keeping up there. Some of the political ones may or may not stay. That's at least my plan for now. But before I go, and by go I mean a lot of different directions. I've been studying physics, dredging up my old college textbook and doing some of the problems. I've been getting into drawing a little bit. I've been writing science fiction. I've been exploring different career paths. Right now it looks like I'm starting a new position. And so, as it is, my life is very, very full. The attention that I gave the internet back in a lot of my math and set theory days, I just don't have the time. The economy's getting better. I'm moving up and moving on. So, with every video now, I need to make it count. The identity that we call CHistrue obviously is not who I am. I'm not CHistrue. CHistrue is somebody I appear to be on the internet only because that's a convenient identity, and I have some reasons why I chose that name. Those of you who remember me many years back may know the reasons. But as it is now, I need to move on with the person I actually am and not the person that I am online. And this, I think, is a healthy direction. And that, by the way, is how I stay human in the day and age of AI, in the day and age of the simulacra, in the day and age of the constructed identity or multiple identities. And this, I feel, is a very important skill that we're going to need to have moving ahead into the future. How do we maintain the integral humanity that is our inheritance from our evolutionary past, but culturally you could say is our inheritance from the Renaissance. It's our inheritance from, in different respects, maybe both the Enlightenment and the Romantic period, even though they were very, one represented reason, the other represented the sentiments. They both together form a lot of what we could call our humanity. Our inheritance from a day and age in which technology did not rule or control so much of our lives. Even Albert Einstein, on this shirt here, as much as he made today's world of science and technology possible, warned that a world dependent on science and technology alone was not a human world. That he was both a scientist and a humanist, not somebody who believed, as so many of our technocrats believe today, that we can rule out the human and just have the science. This is where my channel as a science channel differs from, it's not really a science channel, it's a philosophy channel, but it's a logic, philosophy, mathematics, science channel. It differs from a lot of the other science, logic, mathematics, philosophy channels in that I don't uphold the idea that a good is the good. I don't say that just because we've accomplished a great deal by science that necessarily it's the only good. There's an expression a while back that said that science invents the airplanes, religion flies them into buildings, which is a whole interesting statement right there that I'm not going to go into, but a lot of dimensions to that. But having said that, it's also the case that science invents atomic bombs. Now you might say that it's politicians who decide to use them, but science is a wonderful thing, is a wonderful tool of curiosity. It is integral to our being as Homo sapiens. But the tools of science can be used for good or for bad. They are neutral. They're just the same as anything else. And so how do we stay human in the day and age of science? How do we stay, but I'd say science is part of our humanity, so that's maybe not the question. How do we stay human in the day and age of a technocracy, in the day and age of the of AI, in the day and age of the techno-panopticon? How do we stay human during that time? It's becoming harder and harder to maintain an integral sense of what our humanity is. I just had a brief dialogue with somebody who looks back to the Romantic poets. And I would say yes. I would also say the Transcendentalists. I would say Walt Whitman. These people sang of our humanity at precisely the time when the very liberation from older religious dogmas that made the modern age of humanism possible were also leading to technologies that could indeed be used to undermine that humanity, and AI being possibly one of those. They're already talking about the idea that your boss can be a computer, that your boss can be a robot, that of using robotic drones. I'm noticing, by the way, Facebook is conducting psychological experiments. This is the Rubicon that has been crossed. Is it beyond the pale of possibility that governments or corporations might do the very same thing, or militaries? Those of you who've been following this channel have noted that lately I've been involved in some online debates that I kind of wonder if the particular memes or ideas being pushed are part of some kind of psychological experiment. I mean, it's very difficult to prove. Those of you not following, I'm not going to go into it, but I think that the idea of a panopticon, the idea of globalization, is a way of, I'll give myself away, a way of kind of flattening the globe again. A way, Thomas Friedman spoke of the idea of flattening the globe, of sort of bringing back the idea that we're all on a level plane, that we don't have the round world, that we don't have different cultures, we don't have you know, that it's night and day at the same time everywhere. This is part of globalization. Now, he was speaking very non-literally, of course, but the idea, are we constructing a world of where the human person becomes, in essence, eradicated? I think that this is something that we have to ask ourselves. Are we participating in this? Are we, as Andre said in my dinner of Andre, the concentration camp inmates who are also the guards? If you watch my dinner with Andre, he asked this question. Science alone, technology alone, have tremendous potential for liberation, but they alone, without wisdom, without philosophy, without art, without a sense of our history, are a poor guide for the future. I love STEM. I hella love science. That's a great expression, and I do. And I'm glad that I've pushed cosmological speculation on this channel. I'm glad that I've pushed mathematics proofs. They're all up there, and they're all for you to enjoy. For however long I keep this channel up. But I'm also glad, whether I keep the videos up or not, I'm also glad that I've talked about ideas of what make us human. I'm glad that and this, by the way, is not another one of these transhumanism stinks videos. I'm, you know, like I say, I can maybe go along with the possibility that at some point, when our species gains enough wisdom, we can start talking about implants and upgrades. But what I don't want to lose, maybe, possibly, okay, but what I don't want to lose is the essence of what makes us human. What makes us human is not how fast we solve a mathematics problem. What makes us human is the curiosity that drives us to want to learn about mathematics. That is what makes us human. And if we reach the stage where computers cross that threshold, then they, in essence, themselves become, quote-unquote, human. And that's a whole other question. And I don't know if that will happen or if that will not. What I do know is that we want to remain human. If anything, I'd rather the computer cross the threshold to human than the human cross the threshold to the computer. And so my last parting words, if this is my last video, is we must stay human in the day and age of AI and transhumanism and all these things. We must remain in our ultimate essence,